Hi guys, welcome back. My name is Maya and this is Real Talk No Smoke, episode 2. And today I'm here with
Isaias.
Eve.
Kenny.
Brenda.
Alright, so today the topic is vaping experience, especially going to be with the youth. And for today's question, we're going to say, did vaping ever help you deal with stress or anxiety, or did it make it worse?
So it made it feel good at first, but then it made it worse over time.
How do you think it made you feel like that?
I don't it just messed with my brain.
Okay.
Like, I would see, because, the first few hits you would take on, like vapes, you would get, I wouldn't say like a euphoric feeling, but I would say like a buzz, like a buzzing sensation. And,
Right.
you would get it, it would come for, a couple seconds, and then it would leave, because it's like a dopamine. Like, just the amount of dopamine that we get from opening our phones or, going, on Instagram or TikTok, you're seeing lights. That's dopamine. Like, you enjoy it for, a couple seconds, then you lose interest. And that's how, it gets you. You feel me?
Yeah, I get that. That is true. Personally, me, I felt like it wasn't something that helped me deal with stress. Like, it was just something I had, it was, for, other problems, because, I would have, troubles with, biting my nails and stuff like that. So I felt like every time I was, smoking, it would just keep me off of doing that. So that was pretty much my thing.
I feel like for me it helped at first, but then over time it kind of made me have more anxiety with just my surroundings, and it made me not well aware of my surroundings. So it was kind of a struggle towards the end.
Well, I can share both my experience with cigarettes and vaping. So I started experimenting with cigarettes at 15. I wasn't an avid smoker. I was more of a social smoker because I started at 15, didn't really smoke until I was 22. And then it was on and off because I wouldn't smoke during my pregnancy. So it was more on and off and socially. Before COVID, I had the sudden urge that I wanted to quit because the smell was really bothering me and I was suffering from a lot of acid reflux. I quit during COVID. Post-COVID, I come back into the environment, I got social anxiety.
Yeah.
And I'm a social butterfly. I love to talk, I love to be around people. After COVID, I can't do crowds. It gets me really anxious. And if I have people too close, I get really, really panicky and it gets sweaty palms. So that anxiety increased so uncontrollably that I ended up vaping. Because I didn't want to pick up a cigarette because I don't like the smell.
Yeah.
So I started the vaping, and I was just vaping to relax a little bit, my nerves and my anxiety. That picked up really quickly because of how easily accessible it is and because you can do it anywhere. That habit picked up really quickly, and then it became what did you call it?
Muscle memory.
It's clearly a muscle memory. I spoke to my therapist, spoke to my physician about this, and he was like, it's more that muscle memory that you have to get rid of on top of the addiction. And the addiction was just really, really bad, noticeably enough during the withdrawal process.
No, I do understand that a lot. Now, it's just, it will be something, anytime, anywhere I go, I used to think about, oh, wait, let me grab my vape. Or if I want to go to the bathroom, let me grab my vape. Go into the shower, let me grab my vape. It was like an ongoing thing. I would always need to have it everywhere with me. Or when I would go to sleep, I would take my last few hits while laying down, halfway asleep. And it was, I realized it was a bad thing for me.
How about during sleeping? Has anybody woken up and been all over your bed trying to find it? I've had friends tell me they do that during the middle of the night.
I don't think I've ever done it, but I think I've heard people do it. I don't have experience with that. But
I've heard people wake up
just
right away. I'd go to school and I'd see people in the bathrooms just there was one time I will never forget it. My freshman year, I remember it was a kid that I've known since middle school. Like, he wasn't really financially stable, but you know he had his way, and I think he had came home from DR one day, and he had came to school, and like he was asking me to like go somewhere to go eat, and I remember I was like, of course, you know, because it's freshman year, like no worries in the world. We wanted to like, you know, do whatever we wanted to, and I remember he pulled out like a vape, but it wasn't like your regular like Crave or, you know, like one of those little like V cans, the light up ones that you find. It was like a real deal jewel pod, like Dominican, like it was liquid in it. And I asked him like, cause you know how some puffs have like 20%, 15%.
No,
I asked him the percentage, and he said this is 100% nicotine. And I was a little boy. I stuck with like the 15, like the 5%. You know, I was known to that. And one of my other boys that I was with, he'd been smoking longer than me. So I told him, I was like, bro, you want to try that, man? Like just being who I was, and I was like, you know, you should. I peer pressuring him, and like he hit it and he spit it out immediately. Like he said that it was straight ice to the throat.
Yeah,
like it was way more potent than what it had to been. And he said that he didn't eat nothing all day, and that filled him up to the max.
That's crazy.
Like
that's actually what's it called? One of my friends, I don't really talk to her anymore. She has had like those vapes from DR, and I've seen them. Like it actually is like pure liquid. It would look like a cart, and I had hit it before. Like it really does feel like it's all cold. Like it feels like a brain freeze just in my throat. I was like, no, I don't understand how people could just hit that all day long.
And people actually like that. Like they like it because it's so addictive. Like they can't like not like it.
That's the key word, addictive. Remember that the most addictive flavor is which? Mint.
Yeah.
It's menthol, right? And what a lot of people don't know is that all flavors are made with menthol.
Yeah.
Menthol is the base, right,
It's the
of
base
all
chemical,
flavors. So therefore, all flavors are going to be highly addictive because of that. It has the most highly addictive chemical in it or flavor in it already.
Yeah.
So it's meant to keep us addicted to it, right? I have friends that call it the pacifier, the adult bobo.
Oh.
Because literally they have it all the time in their mouths. So when you're a baby, right?
Yeah.
All you want is a bobo or pacifier because it soothes you. It calms you down, right? So if a baby's crying and it's not hungry, the first thing you do is you give it the bobo
Yeah.
because it feels comfort. So we call it the adult bobo when we see people like constantly on their vape because we're like, are you good over there? Like, do you need a bib with the pacifier? Like, let it go a little bit. But that's where it helps us like joke around and start the conversation as to how serious the addiction is and how seriously it is affecting even adults, but more so young adults.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna move on to the next question, and it's, how common is vaping in your school or your friend group?
Very common.
Okay, like, why do you say that?
Because everybody, just in my school, there's at least, the whole school has at least 1 or 2 vapes in their pocket using it in the bathroom.
Can you specify which grade you're in?
I'm in 8th.
That makes sense. A lot of
That is
people
true.
in 8th grade is now starting to smoke.
I mean, I feel like when I was in 8th grade, like I feel like this has been an issue because my uncle he's been doing this since he was a very young kid. So I feel like it's just lack on like the teachers. It's lack a school supervision, honestly. Because like there's no way a little boy could be able to go into the bathroom and like be able to do that. Like there should be like a moderation in those bathrooms. Like at least like I wouldn't say like a buddy system. But
But what do you mean?
I would like a custodian outside the bathroom, or like
Or buddy system, meaning you go in pairs.
Yeah.
So someone has to go
Yeah.
with you, and someone has to make sure that
I
you're
agree because
making responsible
like,
choices.
In school, like the smoke detectors, people like avoid them, but they still smoke in the bathroom.
Like
Like,
the kids at my school, they like blow it into their shirt.
yeah, that's how
Yeah,
they
people
avoid
do
the
that.
smoke.
And
the
like,
smoke detectors.
there's been like to a point where the teachers notice what they're doing,
Yeah.
and the teachers have to go with the kids. Not all of the kids, but most of them.
Yeah.
I've
Like
seen
most of the
people
kids
do
needed
it
like a
in the
teacher to go with them now in my school because of how much they go to the bathroom, and the teachers notice.
I feel like it's not even just like in the bathrooms though. Like I've already seen many people like do it even in class.
In class.
Yeah.
That has happened.
Like when I was sitting in class, I'm like, that's actually crazy though.
Yeah,
Like,
Yeah.
y'all are that
I've gone to
deep.
shadow some classrooms and have seen, as I'm shadowing the teachers, just to see like if I see who's vaping, who's not. They don't know what I'm there for,
Yeah.
but that's what I'm actually there for. And when I see it, I'm like you have no scare, no fear in the world that you're gonna get
Like
consequences.
they're that much of a fiend that they had to do in school and can't even wait till they get home.
That's why. It's
But
because
it's
they're so
bad in
addicted to
general.
it, they
Yeah.
need it. They're not even thinking of the consequence.
Nah.
Like, I'd say the craziest experience I've ever had was like my 7th grade year,
No,
and
I see that.
we was taking MCAS, and I remember we were sitting in the back, and like my friends, they were doing whatever they were doing. You know, I didn't really do all that up until like my 8th grade, like freshman year, and there was like hitting the cart, and one of the kids like just was sitting right next to the window, and he like blew all the smoke out the window, and like the smoke, like the wind came back and pushed it like all in the teacher's face, and she didn't do nothing. She didn't do nothing. Like, and mind you, those boys looked like higher than a kite.
And that was 7th grade,
7th grade, bro.
And you guys are now in what grade?
junior, and a senior.
Well, I'm a graduate right now.
Basically, yeah.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Thank
So
you.
graduate, junior, senior.
No,
No,
we're both juniors.
We're both juniors.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
juniors and graduate.
Yeah.
So we're talking about 5 years ago,
Yeah.
Yeah.
right? It's 5-6 years ago. What grade do you guys think? First of all, let's say, do you think we should have like set prevention education within your school?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
What grade do you think we should start?
Honestly, I'd say 6.
Sixth grade. 'Cause I know some of the kids that are like in 4th grade doing that in my school.
So that's what I was gonna say. I'm going into elementary schools now and doing workshops with 4th and 5th grade students.
I know 4th and 5th grade.
Because
that
5th
do
grade
that.
students are getting caught vaping. This is why we need young adults like you guys and experienced young adults like you guys to go into these types of schools
Cause it's,
and
it's
talk
getting
to
crazy.
these little kids.
It's really
That's
getting crazy.
sad.
Because these
It's getting
little kids
crazy.
are seeing their older cousins and brothers and sisters or uncles, moms, dads doing it, and they're not understanding how dangerous it really is.
Yeah.
So we need to have these conversations with these young kids.
Cause like back then it would be, you know, it would be this generation seeing their generation, you know, with the cigarettes, and it's getting passed down to like this generation is now with the vapes and the newer ones coming up. So it's seeing this one as like a, oh yeah, that's it's not that bad. It's not that bad. It's just a little device, you know.
Yeah.
But in all retrospect, it's just another way for like the white man to like just make profit off like people like us.
Right.
People with like no income because they know like we're easily addictive to like sales, I'd say, like free stuff or, you know, things that don't cost a lot that you can get really quickly.
And there's also like kids that sell them on Snapchat and stuff and Instagram. There's couple. There's also like little, not little, but like I say like teenagers doing that.
That's how like people like our age, they will get like their connections. They'll be through social media.
Yeah.
Or people that they know even in school, they will be selling it and they'll be quick to buy off of them.
And we are, black and brown marginalized communities are more susceptible to becoming addicted to these drugs because our environment already sets us up for it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's why it makes it easier for big tobacco industries to target our population. But the reason why they're starting to target younger and younger populations and younger adults is because they need 50 years of your addiction and your money.
That is true.
Going back to the question, I feel like it's very common for vaping to happen in school. Like, it's so common nowadays.
I think it's just commonly used anywhere.
Yeah.
I think there's just no, like,
And
I think with respect, with cigarettes, there was more of a respect and a courtesy for others because it smelled and the smoke was so heavy.
Yeah.
With the vape, there's like less of a consideration to others because, again, it doesn't smell and the smoke is more of a soluble in the air type of smoke, not a, oh my God, I'm going to die because it's in my face type of smoke, you know?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
All right. So question 3 is, wait, hold on. Can you do that actually?
Where were there times where you felt stuck or dependent on it?
So, like, there's been a few times actually, that where I've not needed, but I've wanted to smoke, just like, and like in the middle, it could be in the middle of class or where like I felt like I was like going through something and I felt like I needed it. Like I felt like it was a must-have.
Yeah.
And I felt like it was gonna help me. But in reality, it was gonna make it worse, probably, like most definitely make it worse.
I understand that.
That is understandable. I feel like that too. Like, there'll be times where, like, I feel like I needed a break from being in class, like as you said, because work will be already stressing me out. So I'm like, I'm bored. I want to do something else. So I'll just, like, go to the bathroom, and I'll just, like, do my little 1-2s, and then I'll just go back to class, act like everything's normal. Or if any other time them just doing nothing, I'm like, oh yeah, I need my vape. I can't do this no more. I'll go and I'll hit it. And I realized like it was starting to get to like a point where it's like I gotta stop for real. I couldn't do it.
I feel like when I was most dependable on it was definitely freshman year, but like down to like my lowest point in life when I felt like I needed like an escape from reality. Like I wanted to get out of my head and not like be in this world, but like be in it. Just it was kind of like a stress reliever per se. Yeah, that's when I depended on
I would say like the same thing, cause like I didn't really do it on and on my freshman year because I was an athlete and I wanted to like have that persona of being an athlete. Until I had my ribs got fractured, so I was one of those kids that did my work, finished, and goofed off the rest of class because already finished my work. Like there wasn't nothing else for me to do. So it was just times like that where like I would be finished with all my work, I'd go home, and I would be so used to like being active, playing football, just having something to do with my body that there wasn't anything else I can do but just be by myself and do things that only I would want to do. And like I wasn't very adamant on like telling anyone or showing anyone, so I was always trying to be like in my own world, doing my own thing. And like I felt like that created like a need to per se, because I was always by myself and like I always did everything I was supposed to, so I always just felt like a reward, like I should reward myself with the work I just did. So let me go to the bathroom and just let me get rid of the stress that I've given myself.
Yeah.
So
it's really interesting that you should describe it that way because as you said earlier, it does release these natural endorphins in your body, right?
Yeah.
It's natural dopamine, or your body generates natural dopamine, right? And you're releasing these endorphins into your system that is creating even more dopamine, right? So this dopamine levels start increasing and increasing and increasing the more you vape and the more you introduce your body to the substance, right? So now you have all these high levels of dopamine you're putting into your system, into your brain, right? Every day. every day it's getting like ginormous amounts of dopamine.
Which also can cause you like less focus too.
Yeah,
You just,
because then what happens when you stop?
everything goes to
Spiraling.
It crashes.
crashes.
Automatically crashes because when you're feeding your body all this dopamine, your body stops to create it. So, because it doesn't need to create it anymore.
Just the same
'Cause
as
you're giving
melatonin.
it. Yes.
Just the same as melatonin.
Yes. So now your body stops creating the dopamine,
Yeah.
and what happens? Your serotonin levels start increasing. You start getting depression. You start getting mood swings. You start getting all these emotional and mental health disorders. Right? To me, it was more like the whole emotional. Like I was super moody,
Yeah.
Yeah.
super irritable, and anything anybody said was like just trigger me and set me off.
It was like an emotional roller coaster.
Yes,
Like
for
after
sure.
you stopped, it all crashes down.
While you were like that, like, did you ever just like want to go pick it back up again?
Yeah, it was harder for me to quit vaping than it was for me to quit cigarettes. I was able to say, I don't want another cigarette anymore, and I never picked it up, and I was fine with that. I never picked it up, never missed it, never desired it after that, never wanted it. But then again, post-COVID, I came out, the social anxiety was intense. I didn't know how to deal with it because I loved being around people, so it was a big change for me. And I couldn't say anything or share with anybody because I felt uncomfortable with it on my own and couldn't deal with it. So, and then all my friends were vaping all of a sudden, and they were like, oh, this helps you calm you down. And again, I didn't want to pick up the cigarettes, so I started that, and that's what, like, just blew up.
I feel like once you see somebody do it, it's like you have like an urge to try it, to see how it feels like.
Well, it was more
I mean-
like, okay, you think because you're grown and you're an
Yeah.
adult, you can have control of it, and it
And
doesn't.
it's just that ego. It's just that egotistic
Yeah.
like setting that we have in our brain. The like, it's like a challenging mechanism that our brain has. Like, oh, that person can do it. I can do it too, but better. I can do it too, but I know my limits. I know my limits. Any person can say that, but never really truly know what they got.
And that's key. We think we know our limits, and we don't.
No.
And every experiment has a lateral effect. And I say this because it's literally you go up that ladder before you crash.
Yeah.
And that's where a lot of our addiction takes us to, you know? So.
I like to call like smoking like the chutes and ladders. You know what
Yeah, that's a good one. Touche.
I feel like going back to what you were saying about like all of a sudden like after COVID like your friends started smoking. I feel like that was really something that I noticed too, because like after like COVID like everybody was always locked inside their house, and they finally started coming back to school like randomly, like puffs and stuff like that just randomly started coming out of thin air, and people just started smoking. I'm like, oh, like this is the trend now. It was just trending immediately.
Yes.
And I'm like, because vape's been out for like many years before COVID happened, and it's just like, why all of a sudden this is what people are doing, and it just always had me wondering. But yeah,
Like adding on to what you said, I feel like every time you go to a new environment, you see how much people actually vape, and then you're like, you think to yourself like, damn, this is how reality really is.
And it's all because of trends. That was another key word. Everything's a trend because it's not a cultural thing. It's a cultural thing for Middle Easterns.
Yeah.
oh yeah,
And it's a religious culture, so they practice it for religious reasons under their mosque, in their mosques,
under
right,
their
in their
mosque,
temples, not hanging out at the park.
Exactly.
Do you know what I'm saying, or at the club? So there's different scenarios here that are being practiced, and they're not. Their practices are being overseen and overtaken and overutilized, and then over glamorized.
Yeah, and it's not. They don't do it like over regularly.
They don't.
No.
They don't. It's very
mandatory,
subtle.
mandated times where they do it, and like with a purpose too. They don't just do
Yes.
it just for like, oh, it's a weekend, not nothing to do, you know, let's just be bored.
And it's a way that they demonstrate respect to their God, to their Allah,
Yeah.
when they do that in a spiritual ceremony, for lack of a better term, right?
But people just do it for a trend because they feel like it's cool, or they just
Yeah,
want
to try to be a part of
yeah.
something necessarily.
completely different. And
Hop off the trend.
Yeah, it's just like all these TikTok dances. They're trendy, right?
Yeah.
So anything that pops off like that is going to kick off. And that's the same exact thing that happened with vapes and hookahs. Because the minute your favorite, pop artist or hip hop artist or it has it, and we're like, boy, it's cool, because they're doing it. That's why I tell you, you guys, that you guys are the best role models in this world, because people like not only young kids like Kenny who saw you guys right back in July 17th, and since then you guys inspired him to be where he's at today. Kenny's had a rough road, but I have to say I'm so proud of him, because Kenny today will pick up a vape and really want it, and before he hits that vape, he gives it to his mom. And he's honest, and he tells his mom, I really freaking needed this today, but I chose not to hit it.
I'm very
and he
proud
gives
of
it to
you.
her.
That's good.
It's taken him a long time, but I'm super
Progress.
proud of you.
What you're doing right now, people in their 60s, barely even like, people like all ages, older than you, struggle with that.
Yeah.
And the fact that you can do that on command without even second guessing yourself, that's like crazy, man.
If you
You
could
need
do
to
it,
learn how to
everybody
like pat
could
yourself
do
on
it
the back
too.
with that one. 'Cause
Yeah, better than a lot of people.
Yes.
Oh, man, that's a superpower.
It
That's
really
a
is.
superpower.
All right, so we're going to move on to our last question. How has your story with vaping shaped who you are today? So, what?
So like I feel like when I first started, I thought it was cool and stuff. Like I saw everybody else doing it, but like to how I am today, I feel like now I started doing it and like needing help, I'm helping others with what they need.
So you feel like you became like a big bro, like a older brother for like little people, and because it really
understand.
is like
Yeah.
the more you know and the more you're able to teach, the more good you feel about yourself.
Like I just want to teach the others,
Exactly.
not to deal with like not have to deal with anxiety, because vapes still cause anxiety.
Yeah.
Yep. Vapes cause more than anxiety. They cause like I'd say mental issues.
Definitely.
100%.
That's a big
Definitely.
word.
I know a lot of people that suffer from mental issues that already had mental issues or just gave it to them even more because, that's just something that they think
It just
that-
made it worse.
Exactly. People that, like what? They get depression, they get insomnia, they get malnourished. Malnourished is another one because that it's just something that you get full off of in your stomach because it's metals. It's not only tobacco. There's other additives,
Other
preservatives,
chemicals.
oil that they put into it. It's just it comes with like a whole bunch of mixtures that should even like be in your body. Like another one is for like formaldehyde. Y'all know what that is?
The what?
You know what formaldehyde?
What's that?
That's like something you put in taxidermies. Like those animals that that are dead.
So they use it to embalm a dead body.
Toxins.
So it's used to embalm a dead
Toxins,
body.
Basically.
Yeah.
Smoking acid, basically.
Basically. That's what it
actually
is.
nasty.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know.
So you think about the mental health perspective of it that's being correlated now, right?
Yeah.
But Juul was invented in, I want to say, correct me if I'm wrong, 2014, right? So this is the first Juul pod. In 2014, we are now in 2026. That's 12 years later, correct? Am I mathing right?
I'm looking at it right now.
12 years, yes, please do. 12 years later, and we are seeing Crave puff bars at 30,000 and 50,000 puffs.
They have geek bars that have more too. But
Geek bars that have more. The geek bars
You were
that
off by one. It was 2015.
2015?
Yeah.
Okay.
But close enough.
Close
So-
enough, yeah. Close enough.
Then you have the ones that now have games.
Yep.
You
You
can
can
yeah.
call.
You can use it as your phone. You can play music on it. I'm like, okay, not only are you getting addicted to the THC or the
You're gonna
nicotine,
be able to be
but
on
now
the
you're
screen.
gaming on
Mind
it
you,
too.
everybody is addicted to their phones now, and now a vape with the whole screen
I've
on
seen
it.
those. Those are not good.
It's not. It's
They
not.
even have
Yeah.
ones with phone cases, like you can't.
I saw those.
have
Oh,
a
yeah.
phone
It was like, and
case.
then like it could hold your phone too, or like it's already.
It's like a little
built in.
purse
It's
or
already
Yes.
built in.
Yes.
There's even like pens with like secret like depositories
I've
that
seen
you
the
can
inhaler
that you
ones.
can like write.
Yes,
It
the
was a
inhaler
card with
one.
the
Is that
cards.
not insane?
It was. It literally popped up on my TikTok. I saw that. It was like a little ad. It was like you could literally like
I
take a card.
think I've
and
seen
put it
that
right
on
there.
TikTok too.
Yeah,
And I think
no.
the first
It
thing
was
I did was
crazy.
I did not recommend.
Like
Yeah.
no, the moment I saw that, I'm like, okay, that's too much even for me. That is way too much.
That
I could not.
because what if they? That's just not good. I don't like that. That they're making
I feel like
fake
it's so-
inhalers out of cards. I don't like that.
That's what I'm
Me
saying. I
neither.
feel like it's so bad that like people who are like making these ideas, it's like you're really trying to get these people to smoke so much, and they're not even realizing it themselves how bad it is and how it's affecting them mentally, physically, emotionally, everything.
And they're missing the whole point, right? The point of big tobacco industries inventing these products is to get you guys addicted
To
because
take
they
your
want
money too.
Yeah, they want your money, and they want your money for a long period of time. They don't want it for just a couple months or a year. They want it for 50 years, right?
They'll-
So, in a pack of cigarettes, you buy any Newport pack of cigarettes, it's 5% nicotine. No more than 5% nicotine in that pack. These Crave bars, I've seen it go up as high as 22%.
I take smoking like 10, 15 pack of cigarettes, but in one.
So one 2,500 puff bars equivalent to 200 cigarettes. That's 10 packs of cigarettes. That nobody's saying that, right? These are conversations that are not being shared.
They need to be heard.
And young kids in 3rd, 4th, 5th grade are thinking this is water vape and this is just candy flavor.
They're running through
Yeah.
40 of them in a week.
Yes. And this is why you guys are the heroes of today.
Like
This
they're
is why
like-
you guys are important.
Like they're-
Because your lived experience is what's going to save their lives. This is why we need you guys. This
Because-
is why I wanted all of you guys to be a part of Chapter 84 and to be a part of this leadership because you guys have the experience that's needed in our community. And on top of that, you're already doing it.
Yeah.
Si Se Puede is on fire because they have mentors like you, right? And I can't be, I'm telling you, I'm so super proud of you guys. Keep on giving back because these kids are now looking up to you guys.
course.
Cause like something like there was this kid there's a few kids at my school that are like have to, I don't know because they're on a different time, they have to be at least no more than the 4th grade, and they were talking about smoking weed, and I'm like, what are they teaching these kids?
Yeah.
These are the
These
ones
kids
we
are
need
like
to reach out
4th
to.
graders talking about weed, rolling up weed, and I'm like telling them like that's not good for you. I was telling them, and then like I went up to them and I was talking about telling them not to, like that's not good for you.
Good for you. Then you gotta
Kids
give them.
in my
Then you gotta hit them with
school.
the facts and tell them why it's not good.
That's
for
what
them.
I was telling them why it was not good for them.
That's awesome. Keep it up, guys.
Oh, you had some.
Um,
The question was, how has vaping, your story with
Oh, yeah.
vaping shaped who you are today?
So for my story, I feel like it shaped who I am today because now learning about all like the facts that I never knew before, it helped me like talk to other people about it and give them information that I never knew until I actually learned it. And it helps like youth, like people under 4th graders, all those like grades and ages, because now it's just it's making me realize how young these kids are that's doing it. And it's kind of sad to think about it. It's like, damn, y'all really doing that at your age.
Yes, it
Like
is
we were just
sad.
playing with like dolls and stuff. Now look at them.
I know.
It's crazy.
On my age, I was still home watching Disney Channel.
Literally.
Ain't nobody gonna talk to me about no vape. No.
I know.
Like,
It's crazy.
yeah, and like, I'd say that that shaped me into a nice young like human being too, cause like also it gives you like a perspective of it to look at than your own, cause like smoking, you go into it, like some people go into it with their own story, and your story may be like more brutal than another person's, but like it just gives you like an outlet to have a conversation with someone and to just learn why they even do it in the first place. Like it gives you like an inside scoop basically on someone's life. And I feel like with smoking, that just like it made me like more susceptible to having those type of conversations and to having like uncomfortable type of situations with someone, to like want them to get to know like the facts, to like get them to know the facts. Like it's more of like a oh, you don't have to do this now if you want to like turn me into a you need to know this and you need to stop this type of now person. Like it's not something you could do for like a week or two and then want to just like say nah, I can kick the bin. It's something that like if you pick it up and you want to know what you're getting yourself into and you want to know how to get yourself out of it, if a time comes where you know your body's failing on you or like you need to get done with it that very second, you know how to and like who to go to and like so, you know.
Absolutely. Couldn't have said it better.
Period.
It's all about that. And, you know, this is why I've decided to get into the prevention field and work with youth, right? Because I was that youth. I went through experiences. I was a young mom. I was a teen mom at 14. I had 3 kids by 19.
Yeah, 3 kids at 19.
By 19, I had 3 kids, yeah. So I was, you know, out living on my own by the age of 14. My own apartment, cooking, taking care of 2 kids by 15.
Is that illegal?
No.
Not back then.
No, not now. Once you're a parent, you become emancipated.
Nowadays, you can be 14 with your own house.
And I was married as well. So that being said, you know, you go through all of these hurdles, all these trials, all these tribulations, but I had the privilege of having great community leaders in my teen parenting program. I had amazing, great teen parent leaders that helped me get through a lot of, you know, things that I was going through at a young age, and teachers, you know. So I knew that when I grew up and I got a career, it had to be giving back to my community and making sure that I had the opportunity to work with young folks and develop great future leaders for our communities. And look at what you guys are doing already.
That's why community is important.
Yes.
We like all could go together and talk about this.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you, Kenny
Hey,
E,
thank
for
y'all.
being here.
Thank
We
you.
really appreciate
biggest.
you guys.
Thank you for having us.
Yes, you're
and
welcome.
thank you for sharing
Of course.
Kenny's success.
Thank you
It
so
is
much.
important.
Anyways, guys, that is a wrap for episode 2 of Real Talk No Smoke. We'll see you guys next episode. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.